Hi, my name is Doug Miltline and I've lived in Bayview now for 30 years. But when I first moved in here, not long after I got here, I was recalled to active duty in the U.S. Navy, where I serve as an intelligence officer. I was recalled for a total of 13 years, where I served in Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kosovo, Bosnia, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, even shipboard intercepts of suspect terrorist vessels in the Eastern Mediterranean. When it was all done, I came back here and began the restoration, finally, of the house that I had bought 13 years earlier, which you see behind me. When I started out, it looked like this. And now you see the final product. During the course of the restoration, I finally got around to researching the history of the house, and I discovered that it was Bayview's only female ship owner that was the original owner of this house, and her husband was Bayview's most prolific schooner captain, and together they were a team. Then I began to wonder, if the ship captain lived in this house, could there be more in this part of Bayview, or even all of Bayview? I decided to take a look, and what I found was astonishing. I discovered that there were 71 captains that lived in Bayview in the age of sail and steam in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. By comparison, Cape Cod had 55 captains. We have 71. Something else I discovered is that the street in Bayview with the most lake captains' homes is right here on East Lincoln Avenue. Most of those 71 captains were immigrants, and before they came here, quite a few of them sailed the world's oceans on the world's greatest and most beautiful clipper ships. Altogether, during their time living here, they lived in 117 different houses, and they captained 195 different ships, ranging from fishing boats to schooners to small steamers to steamships and to the greatest freighters that we see on the lakes today. A great many of them were brothers, and they took turns often swapping out ships to captain. They also cared a great deal about their families. The majority of Bayview's lake captains lived here, in this part of Bayview, centered around, just up the street, the corner of Kinnickinnick, Howell, and East Lincoln Avenues. And I mentioned East Lincoln is where the most lived, essentially Ship Captain's Row of Bayview. in the late 19th and the early 20th centuries. My research totals 60 pages in 9-point font, single-spaced. But I also plan on doing more with the information that I gathered. Come with me now and I'll show you what else I have in mind. I decided to do a bunch of things. First, I decided to submit an application to have this area of Bayview designated on the National Register as America's first historic district for lake captains. None of the other Great Lakes states that I could find have one. We can be first. The second thing that I wanted to do is to honor the captains by placing a plaque with their names on it, along with a historic marker and a very special sculpture remembering them from the days that they lived here from 1878 to 1968. And then finally, I mentioned the sculpture, and it's a sculpture of a dog, but not just any dog, a hero dog. A dog that rescued the lives of many. When two ships, both captained by Bayview Lake captains, collided in the Detroit River, and the dog's frantic barking woke them all up at 2 in the morning so they could escape. They all made it except for the dog. We'll do an episode on the dog in the future, but to compile all this together, the marker, the sculpture, the plaque, to incorporate all those into a new historical society called the Historic Bayview Lake Captains Society. It'll be headquartered in the historic Johanna Brotch House, where I just filmed at the start of this video, and you'll see an episode on her shortly. Bayview's only female ship owner and her ship captain husband, Johanna Brotch, who was Bayview's most prolific schooner captain, in the same house. That's the headquarters of the Historic Bayview Lake Captains Society. We have no dues, but we have a website, we have a YouTube channel, and we have some books and a newsletter. And it's all free. So I look forward to presenting these episodes to you in the future. Most of the captains are extremely interesting. Actually, all of them are. And I think you'll enjoy it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And remember, hats off to Bayview's Lake Captains. See you next time.